We don't know what's going on. We've only been on the bike for about 20 minutes and Noelia's isn't shifting gears anymore. Oh, the moment I was afraid of has arrived. Careful, Noelia. Here you really have to speed up. There's no other way. How did you fall?
I lost my balance.
No way, Noelia. Well, we're in the emergency room now. We obviously didn't want to come here, but with Noelia's fall, there's no other choice. Today begins the biggest adventure of our lives, in which we're going to ride around the largest island in all of China by bicycle. However, first we have to take a ferry from the city of Xiuwen and cross the Chongzhou Strait to get to Hainan. To get to this city, we had to drive for about 6 hours in a rented car. That's because there was no other practical way to deliver the bicycles on time and in good condition. But that allowed us to stop at very interesting places like the one in the previous video, and look at what a beautiful place this is. Noelia found an apartment with an ocean view which was quite affordable. Let me show it to you. This is the last chance we have to do laundry, that's why we asked for an apartment with a washing machine, but it's pretty nice. How much did this apartment cost you for Filupi?
150 yuan.
150 yuan per night, but it has all the amenities. And sorry for the mess. But we have to find a way to fit all these things into the saddlebags we're going to carry on the bicycle. It will fit, it will fit. I don't know how Noelia is going to do it. She's a packing magician.
Even though we wanted to keep the weight as light as possible, because obviously we're pushing the bikes with our own bodies. There are essential things we couldn't leave at home, so one way or another we're going to have to carry them. These are the clothes I'm taking. One of our plans is to camp, so we bought the smallest and lightest camping set we could find. This here is our tent. It weighs about 2 kilos. These are our sleeping bags. These are ours. Each one weighs about 400 grams. These here are the inflatable mattresses we sleep on. Even though it might sound like a luxury, if we're going to be pedaling, we need energy and to be well rested, and for that, it's necessary to sleep well. And underneath those inflatable mattresses, we also have these insulating mats, which will also save us from the trouble of them getting punctured and having to sleep on the hard, cold ground.
I wanted to travel light, but now I see that's not possible, and I'm worried because my body isn't keeping up. It's like in my mind I still think I'm an athlete, because in college I played American football and it was a high impact sport, and we used to train like 3 times a day, and honestly it was really tough, so my mind still feels like an athlete even when my body doesn't want to cooperate anymore. I didn't pass the 30-kilometer test, and now we're going for 20 days. I can barely handle myself, and now we're going to have to carry all this weight on top of that. We still have to ride our bikes and test our gear, which, by the way, we've never actually installed on our bikes before. All the tests we've done have been with the bike stripped down, and this is like another 10 to 15 kilos added, which obviously has an impact.
It looks huge, Mitzi. Go ahead, give it a try.
I think this is going to bother me, and it's not going to be balanced at all.
It's also a matter of us getting used to it.
Let's see, it's possible, huh?
From 1 to 10, what rating would you give it?
3.
I'm fine with that. We're beginners.
The adventure officially begins. Let's hope it lasts, because honestly, in my current state, I have to say it looks really complicated. Noelia has been doing really well in the practice sessions we've had, but my elbow, my knee, and my back have already given out, and it's only day 1. Cheer up, Mitzi, you can do it. Thank you for Filupi. Goodbye neighbors, we love you. Greetings to grandma. The exit of the community, this one is very beautiful. It's right in front of the beach. But unfortunately, because of the typhoons, they've suffered a lot. It's not as beautiful as it used to be. And they told us that the gardens used to be beautiful, but then the maintenance company stopped taking care of them and let them die. So now it really looks like a true wasteland. Let's stop here to ask all the deities to protect us on this trip. We're about to embark on an unprecedented adventure for us. We have no experience, and I think that's always important. Let's warm up, give thanks, and ask for protection for the coming days. Well, the warm-up is done. We even made some friends. They found the idea of a couple of foreigners crossing the island by bike very entertaining, and they told us, cheer up, you can do it, guys. At least they believe in us more than I believe in us. Noelia doesn't have a problem, she's pretty confident, but that's because she doesn't have the body of a retired football player. And you might think I'm exaggerating, but honestly that sport really knocks you out, you know? In front of us, our first big climb. I think I'm gonna make it up on the bike. I heard somewhere that if you go up in a zigzag, it's easier. Do you feel like the zigzag helps you, right?
My bike isn't shifting.
Could something be stuck in there?
I'll have to check.
Kilometer 0 and we're already having technical difficulties, more like mechanical ones. We don't know what's going on. We've only been on the bikes for a few minutes and Noelia's bike isn't shifting gears anymore, so we had to stop here in the middle of nowhere. Well, in the village of Mahong, which I don't even see the village to fix this problem, but I imagine this will be one of many. So maybe it's time to learn a bit of mechanics. We need to cross the ocean.
Which port are you going to?
To the port of Suan.
This way.
Okay. We already made friends along the way. Cross with me.
Understood.
Oh, the moment I feared has arrived. Careful, Noelia, you have to speed up here. There's no other way. Stick to the right, come on, Tortugi. Oh man.
Just keep going forward.
Okay, thank you. This is where our private guide leaves us.
This is where you start to feel the pressure. We're already on the road in a reduced lane because we're getting to the entrance of the dock. All these trucks and trailers are waiting to get on the ferry, so they only leave one lane for the other cars, and obviously all of them are in a hurry. So you feel the pressure because suddenly they zoom past you 30 centimeters away and you have to keep the faith that they won't hit you, but it looks like they're moving now at least. Oh my god, 20 days of this. It's not going to be boring. All the trucks and trailers that are gonna pass through are a lot, but at least there's a bike lane here. The other one was full of adrenaline. Suddenly Noelia yelled, "Watch out!" and I thought, this is it, this is where it ends. She's selling breakfast for the truck drivers. Let's see what they're selling. We thought it was going to be harder to find food on the road, but here it is. Also, the system she uses to advertise is interesting. Look, what is she selling?
Chinese salad.
Salad? Is it good?
Try it yourself.
I'm hungry. It has good seasoning. I'm starving. Do you have Chinese bread?
Yes, it's homemade.
Homemade? What a luxury.
Here's the whole list of things they sell. Beer. The thing is, the cart is versatile. During the day it serves food, and at night it turns into a bar.
How long have you been waiting here?
Not that long.
Oh, okay. How long do you usually have to wait in line?
Hard to say.
Oh, how about your lunch?
Delicious.
Is this your truck?
The one over there.
Even the little cart in the middle of the road charges you, either with WeChat, Alipay, or near-field communication. You just tap with your phone and you've paid. Welcome to China. Look, here comes the competition. What is he selling? Hello, hello. What is he selling?
Food in containers.
Let me see, show me.
I have pork and chicken.
Pork and chicken?
Correct.
How much for the pork?
15 yuan.
15 yuan? Okay, I'll take one.
Here you go. Enjoy your meal. How beautiful.
Wow, you speak English. That's awesome. With WeChat, right?
You're not Chinese, right?
No, I'm Mexican. My wife is from Spain. Thank you. Hope you sell a lot. They're excited to run into us on the road, but I think it's even funnier to find them selling food. Did you see that another cart just arrived?
Whoa, what do you sell?
Chinese tortillas.
Chinese tortillas? Oh, what a shame. We just bought food. We don't want to waste it. And what is this?
I make my tortillas here.
Oh, so they're fresh.
That's right.
I didn't know there were food carts on the highway.
Sure, where there's money, there are vendors.
I never imagined I would find this on the highway, and he tells me, well, as long as there's money, we'll be there.
We haven't even made it halfway to the port yet, and we're already dredging.
Caloric accumulation, very important. And the food is delicious. Look at what they gave me for 15 yuan. It has chicken, it has pork, it has broccoli, potato, and a lot of rice. You can get full for 32 pesos.
We've been here for a really long time and not a single one of the trucks around here has moved even a centimeter. A neighbor from our building yesterday said it's due to Chinese New Year and that it's not usually like this.
I'm thinking of something. Why aren't they moving? They're waiting for their turn to get on the ferry. So when they start moving, what does that mean? That the ferry is leaving. And we want to be there when that happens. We have to go.
This series should be called Disaster on Wheels.
How did you fall?
I lost my balance.
No way, Noelia, no. We just had our first incident only 20 minutes after leaving home, but fortunately Ferry had a first aid kit and it wasn't anything serious. And I do have to say that we're very lucky it happened at this moment when the traffic was stopped, because if it had happened under normal circumstances, well, who knows. But anyway, fortunately everything's fine. Let's see, he has some cuts. Yeah, they're a bit deep, but it's just a matter of cleaning them and checking them.
I already tore my gloves.
From where?
From there.
The gloves are already torn. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Now go ahead and show off your kit.
When Max saw it, when I packed, he told me, "Your emergency kit is too big," and I said I'm just bringing what's necessary. Because I know myself, I'm very clumsy, so I'm always twisting my ankle, losing my balance, and things like that. So I said, no, I'm a danger on this thing, that's why I brought a first aid kit.
Well, that's it. Crisis solved. We're left without a camera, which will probably set us back a day because we have to fix it. Ferry, you manifested your own fall because you brought the perfect band-aid. Looks like we're arriving at the port entrance and there's a huge line. And that's because during Chinese New Year, a lot of things are needed on the island, and this is how they get there. Oh my god, second climb of the day. And my knees don't want to cooperate anymore. We already entered the station without any problems. We were able to get in with our bikes and everything. I almost rode my bike inside. Now we have to buy the tickets, and I don't know if they cost more with a bike. I'll let you know. Hi, 2 tickets. Can I bring my bike?
Yes.
We already have the tickets. They cost 41 yuan per person, including the bikes, so it's actually even cheaper than having sent them. And it's very convenient because you can bring your bike into the station, park it here and buy your tickets. Now that we have the tickets, we have to get on the ferry and go through here with facial recognition, and I don't know if they'll ask for your passport again. Probably yes. Here we have to hand over our passport and tickets so they let us through, and then next stop the inspection, which I don't know how we're going to get through. With all our bags, they're going to make us take them down. I'm sure they're going to make us take them down.
I just finished reorganizing all your Frankenstein mess.
Hello? How do you get through this?
You have to take off your saddlebags.
If you come, keep in mind that as soon as you get to security, they're going to make you put all your luggage through, so you'd better have a better system than ours. It's amazing. It looks like an airport or a giant train station, but with the added benefit that you can see the sea and it's really beautiful. We don't know which ferry is ours since they didn't tell us, and multiple ferries leave throughout the day, so we'll have to ask around. You can feel the festive atmosphere here at the port. There are a lot of food stalls already celebrating 2026. Which is going to be the year of the fire horse. Get ready, because it's going to be a very busy year because of the time of year we're in. It's really crowded. There are a lot of people who are taking their vacations a week early to go to Hainan Island. So they bring the whole family, they bring their dogs, they come with all their luggage, and you can tell the island is going to be packed.
Also, we've seen more people who, like us, take advantage of this vacation period to travel around, except they look a lot more professional.
Yeah, for riding bikes, definitely.
They do have a time limit, so I imagine they already have experience. Because for them to make it before Chinese New Year or before their vacation ends, they'll have to do about 100 to 150 kilometers per day.
Here in the terminal, there are a lot of massage chairs that look pretty comfortable. But we're here like vagabonds because they told us we have to be alert for when they call us to board the ferry, since people with bicycles don't line up. Why is that? Because they don't fit. Look at the number of people lining up there to get in, and well, in a way we're a very important person, but we can't go sit in the massage chairs.
Are you on ferry number 11?
Yes, on 11.
Okay, I need your tickets.
I already gave them to your colleague.
All right, go ahead.
Boarding was a bit chaotic because there are probably a limited number of seats, and everyone pushes, they wouldn't let us in with our bikes, and probably because we entered through another door, so they kind of got in ahead of us. In the end, we managed. There's no special place for bikes, you just have to put them wherever they fit. But well, there's actually quite a lot of space, honestly, people are inside, so we can put them here, and there's room for several, and hopefully we'll get a seat because the trip is 2 hours long. Now we'll go in and see the boat's interior. It's similar to a train, only larger, and has many seats. I don't know why people were fighting to get in, and look, there's so much space here that you could sleep without any problem. My buddy is going to have a good time, 2 hours will fly by for him. And look, the funny thing, and now I see why they were fighting, is that there are massage seats. Look, they've already taken all the massage seats. And those I really would have wanted, I would have fought for them and pushed just to get one of them.
Now we're finally setting sail. That tiny thing you see in the distance is the ferry terminal where we left from, and it's hard to believe we're already out on the ocean because this ship is huge. It has a little shop, it has 2 floors by the way, it has several lounges. Right now we're on the deck and right behind me are the bicycles. It's very safe. I can leave my bicycle here, my laptop, power banks and all our gadgets and nothing will happen to them, so let's go for a walk. This is the inside part. On this side we have an information desk where they help you with any questions you have. On this side we have the room where Max and I were sitting, but look how interesting. People even come here with their kittens. Oh, how adorable. Right in front of the lounge where people sit, there's a convenience store where you can buy anything you need. You have instant noodles of all colors and flavors. We have packaged chicken, chicken feet, goose, all the Chinese snacks you can imagine. Let's see what's upstairs. There are massage chairs everywhere and something I hadn't seen on other ferries we've taken. Here you can rent the typical portable batteries both upstairs and downstairs. We also have some sinks here so you can come and freshen up. On the second floor there's also something like a cafe or coffee lounge, but it costs an additional 50 yen per person. So I think we're going to stay downstairs because it's only an hour-and-a-half trip. Young people don't need those kinds of luxuries. Something I really liked about this boat is that, as you can see, the bathrooms are quite nice and very, very clean. They even smell nice, just so you know. I've been on other trains or boats where, honestly, they weren't as presentable, so that's a plus. Good service.
After about an hour and a half, we're finally arriving at Hainan Island. For that, we had to cross the Chungyo Strait, which is about 30 kilometers long, depending on where you cross it. And something really interesting is that this island used to be connected to what is now known as the mainland. However, back then, which was many years ago, that area actually belonged to what we now know as North Vietnam. Hainan is currently the southernmost province of China, and it's also the newest one since it was one of the last to be incorporated after the Communist Party came to power in 1949. But something very curious is that this island, which today is considered the Chinese Hawaii, it used to be a punishment for high-ranking government officials since it's very far from Beijing. And the weather conditions at a time when there was no modern infrastructure were quite challenging. Therefore, there were many officials, poets, artists and people who tried to be too clever who ended up exiled here. Some of them suffered a lot, and about some, nothing is known, but there were many others, like the famous poet Dong Po, who adapted very well to local life. They brought their whole family and enjoyed the paradise that this place can be, but who lived on this island? You may wonder. Well, at that time there were no Han Chinese, which is the majority ethnic group in China, but rather the Li people lived here. But we will learn more about that as we go along our journey. Getting off the boat is an interesting process because people keep pushing you. And Noelia almost tipped her bike over on a little step that was there. It seemed like nobody wanted to help her, they just wanted her out of the way, but in the end, a lady helped her. But anyway, let's go into Jaiko now to see what... What's going on? Come on, Noelia, get down, get down, get down. So we're arriving at the port and I thought this was the end of a relatively eventful day. However, as soon as we entered the building and people started going up the escalators, suddenly there was a very loud noise and people started running and screaming. I shouted to Noelia, get off the elevator, something's happening. And when you see so many people screaming and running and pushing each other on the stairs, you automatically assume the worst. And in a country as safe as China, my first thought was a fire, maybe an earthquake that I wasn't feeling, but then I also thought maybe someone had a weapon. After things calmed down for a moment, I went up to see what had happened. And it turns out that an old lady had gotten stuck at the entrance of the escalators. Don't ask me how it happened, but it caused a pile-up and then people started getting stuck on the escalators. I don't know what the camera managed to catch, but it was really bad. And then the lady was left lying there and emergency services arrived. But what a welcome Hainan is giving us.
What a day, huh?
Let's hope the bad part is behind us now and the good part begins. By the way, the terminal is really nice, it's just that the incident when we arrived kind of ruined the feeling for us a bit, but oh well, let's restart the adventure. Alright, now we're good. So where are we going now?
Now what are we supposed to do?
If you thought we'd tell you our destination right after leaving, you were wrong. Right in front of the terminal, people who are going to go around the island gather, some of them on motorcycles, others on bicycles, but one thing's for sure, all of them look more professional than we do. Here you absolutely have to take a picture because this is where what we're about to do officially begins. This is the scenic photo, the one we have to take. Well, I said 1500 kilometers, but apparently the road we're going to take is 988, so it's not that much of a problem anymore, I think.
For me, the internet still says it's 1500 kilometers.
No, 1500 kilometers is the whole island, but actually the road we're going to take is 988 kilometers, which saves us about 5 or 6 days. Well, this is the end, but here it marks the beginning. It says kilometer 0, which is where we start from. I would like to look as professional as him, but well, you do what you can with what you have. Did you guys already finish going around the island?
Yes, we finished.
Wow, and how long did it take you?
9 days.
Did you camp or book hotels?
We slept in hotels.
We're going camping, it might take longer.
Oh,
Do you recommend going to the east side or the west side?
to the west.
I see.
There are more sea views. Look up Hainan Coastal Scenic Highway on the map. Just follow that road.
We had no idea how to start, so we did what we always do when we travel. We asked the local people. They helped us a lot because you see, what's the problem? If you want to go around the island, there's no function on the map that says go around the island. So what we thought of doing was selecting cities and asking Baidu to take us around there. However, there's no way to know if the street is suitable for bicycles because in China you can't go on the highways, but in Hainan there are no toll booths, or at least there's no one watching you. If you make a mistake and end up on the highway, no one will warn you, and it can be very dangerous. Therefore, on Gaud, which is the most common map app here in China, there are many users who have already created the route and you can download it. So these friends helped us download the route from Haiku to Sanya, but I just realized we're missing the other half. Well, we'll figure it out. Yes, there must be another one like it, but at least we have the first route starting tomorrow. We finally arrived at the hotel. It's been a long day, but very rewarding, and it's really nice. 140-150 yuan for this room. It has a washing machine, a little bed, a desk, but most importantly, a sofa and a bed to rest. Even though we didn't cover that many kilometers today, I think it was about 15 at most, it was still full of emotions. We had to make a stop at the hospital so Noelia could get a tetanus shot because it had been more than 5 years since her last one, but fortunately in China this is very quick. Actually, the whole process of paying, seeing the doctor and getting the vaccine took us about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. However, this time it was relatively expensive, and by that I mean we paid about 250 yuan for seeing the doctor and for the vaccine. That's why I say relatively. If it had been in the United States, it would have cost us a fortune, but normally it would be much cheaper if you go during the day. Let's say this was the price because it was an emergency and we chose to pay it. Otherwise, we could have come back tomorrow and they would have charged us about half. The thing is, we didn't have time to change the camera lens. So I don't know if we'll go out early tomorrow, but we're going to discuss it now. For now, this is the end of day 1 and we'll see you in the next video.